Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to learn how we can create our own custom exception class and throw custom exceptions from our Nest.js application. And let's understand this practically. So let's go to VS Code. And what I'm going to do is in the source folder, I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to call it as custom exceptions. Inside this folder, let me create a new file and I'm going to call this file as user already exist, and it is going to be a TypeScript file. So since we are creating an exception file, I'll also use exception in the name and then .ts. So the file name is user already exists .exception .ts. ts is the extension of this file because here we are going to create a TypeScript file, and I'm using this exception in the name so that by looking at this file name, the developer will understand that this file contains a custom exception class. Okay, let's go ahead and let's create this file. Now, in order to create a custom exception class, the first thing which we need to do is we need to import the HTTP exception class and HTTP status from nestjs/common. So first, let's write that import statement. So here we want to import HTTP exception because as we have learned, every exception class which we create, it inherits from HTTP exception. And then we also need HTTP status because we might want to send an HTTP status with our custom exception class. Now let's go ahead and let's create and export a class. So for that, I'll say export class, and then let's say the name of the class is user already exists exception. Okay, so it is a convention that your exception class ends with this word exception, and that's what you will see for other classes. If I go to built-in exceptions, you will see that every exception here, it ends with this word exception. So we have bad request exception, we have unauthorized exception, we have not found exception, etc. And I'm following the same naming convention for my custom exception class also. Now, in order to create a custom exception class, this exception class must inherit from HTTP exception. So here, let's use the extends keyword and we want to extend HTTP exception. So our custom exception class must inherit from this HTTP exception. Now let's go and let's specify a constructor for this class. Now for this constructor, I'm going to take two parameters. The first parameter I'm going to take is field name, and it is going to be of type string. And the second parameter which I'm going to take is field value, and this is also going to be of type string. Okay, it should be string. And from within this constructor, I'm going to call the constructor of this HTTP exception class. And for that, we can use this super keyword. And here using this super keyword, we are calling the constructor of this HTTP exception. And here we need to pass two arguments. The first argument will be the error message, and the second argument will be the status code. So for the error message, first of all, let me use this backticks, and here let's say user with field name. So I'm going to use this template literal syntax, and here I want to use this field name, and then I want to use the value. So here I'm going to use single quotes, and inside that I'm going to use the template literal syntax again, and in there I'm going to use the field value. Okay, and then let's say already exist. Okay, and for the status code, I want to use a status code called HTTP status dot conflict. Okay, so if a user already exists, then in the response we want to set the status code as conflict. And this is our simple user already exists exception. Let's save this file. And now let's go to user service. And in there, when we are creating a user, here I want to do some changes. So first I want to check existing user with email. So here I'm going to change the variable name. And first I want to check, or maybe let's first check for username. So existing user with username, and here I want to check if a user with a given username already exists. So let me remove this condition. Okay, and now here I'm going to use this variable existing user with username. So if a user with given username already exists, in that case this existing user with username will have some value. It will have that user, and if that is the case, then in that case we want to call this user already exist exception. We want to throw this user already exist exception. So here I'm going to use user already exist exception, and in order to use this exception we also need to import it inside this user service file. And here there are two things which we need to pass. We need to pass the field name. So here we are checking for username, so the field name will be username, and the value for the field name will be user dto dot username. Okay, so here we are calling our user already exist exception, and there we are passing value for the field name and field value. Let's do the same thing for email also. So again, I'll copy this line. Let me paste it here, and here I'll say user exist with email, and here I want to check for email. Okay, and the field name is also going to be email. And here we don't need to use an array because now we have only a single condition. Here also, let's not use this array. And in the if block, we are now going to use this variable. And from there also, I'm going to throw this user already exist exception. Okay, and here the field name is email, and the value for that field name is user dto dot email. We will get the value for that email from the user dto. With this, let's save the changes. Let's go to the terminal and let's see everything is working as expected. So the application is built. Now let's go to the Postman and let's go to create user. And here I'm going to create a new user with a duplicate username, but with a non-duplicate email. So in this case, since we have a duplicate username, the record should not be created and we should get a conflict response. Let me send this request. And you see, we are getting this 409 conflict response. And what does it say? User with username Vivek Gupta already exists. So this message is coming from our custom exception from here, because from the user service we are throwing user already exists exception, and for this the field name is username, and we also have the field value for that. So the field value in this case is Vivek Gupta. Now let's say we have a unique username but a duplicate email. So in this case also we should get this 409 conflict response. If I send this request, you see we have 409 conflict response, and in this case it says user with email, this given email already exists. So our custom exception is working as expected, and this is how we can create a custom exception, by creating a class which should inherit from HTTP exception class. And from within that, we need to call the constructor of the HTTP exception class. And to that constructor, we need to pass the error message which we want to show and the status code which we want to set. All right, so this is all from this lecture and from this section. If you have any questions from this lecture or from this section, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.